Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Woerner, a concept designer with Fun Stamper's Journey, and I want to welcome you to today's product spotlight video where I'm going to demonstrate how to use our designer frames die set. So the die set looks like this. You have your two-piece frame die, you have a belly band, and 3 word choices. They are birthday, thanks, and congrats. Now this die set is a 2-step process. Get these out of here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to make your frame, and you'll notice that the outside is a solid cut line, but the inside has a small break in the cut line on 2 spots. So when you run it through the machine, it's going to come back and look like this. Okay, so the breaks in the cut line is right here. Next, you're going to take your word die or your belly band, but I'll start showing you the word die. This one says birthday, and what you're going to want to do is you notice the word is completely outlined with a cut line, except there's a small break right on either side of the word. And you're going to make sure you line up that small break with somewhere along this opening. Okay, so you're going to tuck your word here. Now there's 2 ways to do it. You can use it so that the birthday comes across the top, or that the birthday comes across the bottom. And either way, you're going to need to make sure that your word is facing upward, so you're not having your word upside down. All right, so what I like to do is I like to hold the word in place and slide it over and make sure that that break is somewhere in here. Then you're going to want to just gently push down and slide until you feel it click into place. And what's happening is this cut line is going to line up with where it's cut here. So once you feel that you're in place, this is where you're going to make your cut. Definitely tape it down with some washi tape because it can move when you run it through the machine. So now this is ready to be run through. And they are going to look like this. Okay, so here is an option with thanks at the top, and here's what it looks like with thanks at the bottom. Now the belly band is very similar. So you've got your basic first step, which is cutting the frame. And you'll notice that the belly band is outlined with a cut line, but it's got 2 breaks in the cut line, and it's a larger break. So when you line this up, you want to make sure that your opening here lines up with the opening here. So when you flip it over, you can kind of slide it over and make sure you're perfectly in line. And once again, you're going to sort of feel it click into place because you're lining up that cut line with this edge of your frame. Okay? Now this one can be a little tricky. Make sure you're not skewed a little bit. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but it can skew a little bit. Then your cut is going to be a little wonky, so I like to do that. Definitely use some washi tape, get this thing in place, and then you run it through. And your belly band is going to look like this. And of course, depending on your card design, you could use it at the top, or you could use it at the bottom. Now, these words are completely cut out within themselves, so you can use them on their own. So what you would do is just take a scratch piece of cardstock. Let's see, this is thanks. So you would just cut it like this. When you pull your die off, it's going to look like this. You just take your little scissor snips and just sort of cut it out. Okay, you're going to pull it apart, and now you have your word. So at this point, you can decide, and this is basically a design stylistic option. Do you want to make your tail here? On your T, you could make your tail here, or you could even cut it all the way off. Let's see, flip that upside down, and you could have a cleaner look to it. So let me show you a couple of projects. So this card uses the congrats, and it's down at the bottom. And basically it's just a frame that nestles nicely inside your card base, and you can decorate it any way you want. Here we have a little stamped background, and it's decorated with some flowers, so super cute. And here shows the word actually by itself. Ooh, come back here, little guy. There we go. And I just added a little bit of Journey glaze to the letters to sort of, let's see if I can tip that and get a nice look of that Journey glaze. A little bit, yeah. And that just really sort of makes the words stand out. So this die set has a lot of options and possibilities. I hope you found this video helpful and I've inspired you to use your designer frames dies. Thanks so much for watching, and now it's your turn to bring paper to life.